back to receive for the Tigers. Looks like Abbott, no, fielding the ball is a short man, Likarovic. Likarovic's up past the 30. He's broken up to about the 32-yard line. All right, with me as usual, Mr. Dennis Michelson. Dennis.
Hi, Pat. How are you this evening? Well, we've got a big one here tonight. Yucaipa, who knocked off undefeated Notre Dame last week in a game of field goals, which is what Yucaipa was all they were able to score against Elsinore last week. It proves to be a big game. That the Yucaipa coach, with a little statement during the week, says Elsinore is definitely the team to beat. And so here we are with the first play from scrimmage. Eric Velk at quarterback.
Indeed, Dennis. We didn't get a time for our usual pregame talk, but we'll bring it to you anyway. There's the counter that went to Joe Brown, and he picks up a good 6-7 yards.
Well, Coach Blakemore wanting to establish the ground game right away here. And a quick opener to Joe Brown. Last week, Bennett was the big gainer, the workhorse. We said it time and again. He carried half the times that the Elsinore rushed, and Elsinore rushed for a good number of yards last week, gaining over 200. And Bennett picking up 96 of those.
All right, it was a pickup of 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4. The ball resting at about the 40-yard line. Second man, number 47. I believe that's Tyner. And Tyner back for the first time in a long time.
We haven't seen Tyner in about 3 to 4 weeks, and it'll be a pleasure to have him back in the lineup, share some of those duties that Bennett's been carrying.
Remember when Tyner went out, Dennis? When he got that hard hit in the shin and they took him away in the ambulance?
About the 40 or 45-yard line. About.
Yeah. Thought his leg was broken, and it wasn't, which was good news.
And he's back out there. The team can't find the ball as the referee looks to spot it.
If you watch Valley Sports Update, Coach Blakemore talked about Tyner. He said he had a good week of practice, so they're going to use him tonight.
Daly split down to the bottom of your screen.
Look at the option. Velk's keeping it, and he'll pick up the first down plus plenty, as it was 3rd and less than a yard. He's moved it up to close to midfield. They spotted at the 47-yard line. Make it the 46, Dennis. So 1st and 10. Tigers moving it.
Certainly. And another thing to watch in this game, Pat, is it looks like Yucaipa gives up ground between the 20-yard line and the 25-yard line and then stiffens. And that's so far Elsinore's on a drive has picked up 1 first down on the ground. Let's see if they can score this week.
Well, they need to set some points on the board early in the game. And there's 39, which is Likarovic.
Likarovic picks up about 3. Like we were saying, Pat, like we can squeeze some of our pregame stuff here in between plays, which is tough because Velk's bringing them right back, and we're getting nothing this time. So he sets them.
Really, he's really moving them out, and I think that's part of the strategy tonight. No delay of game penalties. He's taking a long count here. First man through would appear to be Bennett. And he's up to midfield. So they've scratched out about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now.
Okay, like I was saying, Pat, and you go back to last week's game against Bloomington, and Elsinore was able to move the ball fairly well on the ground, amassing, like we said, 226 yards on the ground and another good quantity in the air. But they weren't able to rack up very many points, only 14.
3rd and 7, really. Velk is hit as he passed. Incomplete pass. He had no one open. So the Tigers will have to punt it away after moving it about 20 yards.
We have Velk down as 6 for 12 last week and 113 yards passing, so that gives Elsinore a total of 339 yards in offense last week, which is not bad. And here they line up to punt early in the game.
And we've got Antoine Daly, who gets good protection, gets off a decent punt. It hits the ground about the 20, and he's hit immediately. See who that was.
That's Greg Brenneman.
It was Brenneman, open field all the way by himself.
Who's down there, who's proved himself to be a good player on the special teams here, covering kicks. He's down there on the kickoff a lot of times, the first man down, and makes good hits in the open field. Yucaipa now will put the ball in play, 1st and 10 at about their 22. Yucaipa's offense, it seems to falter too, at least last week against Notre Dame, but they have the well-respected field goal kicker because he kicked 3 last week, 1 from 38 and 1 from 42.
That's true. physically the lines are fairly well matched as they go for a sweep around the far end, and he's hit. Nice play there by Brown, as Brown playing a defensive end over on the far side. Reads the play. They pick up about 3, so not bad, stopping the sweep. Get the feeling that Elsinore was anticipating that play. I know that Elsinore had scouts at last week's game, by the way, Dennis. The first man over tackle, and he breaks through for some big yards. Morton finally brings him down along with number 80, which is Janikowski.
And that's first down yardage. There's a quick first down for Yucaipa. The man got the ball as a pitch to the outside, and he went just straight off the end.
Well, something needs to be mentioned also. Eric Johnson, the starting defensive tackle, has been injured and is out of tonight's game. So he got a hyperextended knee in practice on Wednesday. We'll see who's filling in for him. There it is again, same hole. Pickup of about 7. So Yucaipa able to move it here. Janikowski made the stop.
And Bangayan was in there as well as Mark Morton.
So it'll be second down, the ball placed at the 46-yard line. They have to pick up a long 3 yards for the first. See what the Tigers pull here. Looks like they've put an extra man on the line, Dennis. They go up the gut. Appears to be a quarterback sneak as they pick up the first down.
It looked like the quarterback called an audible, Pat, as he got to the line and then was yelling down both sides. So he may have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. Seen something there in the center and went right at him, and he picked up the yardage for the first down. That's 2 first downs for Yucaipa here is on their first possession.
All right, his first down, the ball right across midfield. 49 man gets it, finally gets hit. Joe Brown in there along with Rafe Janikowski. Also getting up is number 64, which is Tingley. There's Mark Morton, who calls the plays for the Tigers. Senior, who's in on at least half the plays defensively every night. Number 75 in your picture, Wayne Williams. Fumble. The Tigers jump on him immediately.
It looked like the quarterback dropped the ball. He fell right on it, tried to get up, and Elsinore was right there to swarm him under.
So Tom Collins has checked into the game, and Bangayan comes out as long as Williams. Mike Neal, number 40 there in your picture. And Brenneman, yeah. All righty. Third down. They have to pick up 8 for the first. Let's see what they pull here. They give it the same play that's picked up the big yardage, but this time it's stopped.
Stopped short of the first. He maybe gained about 4 on that one.
So Morton filling immediately in that hole over there. The Tigers have apparently made an adjustment.
Okay, Pat, here's the first test. It's 4th down at about the 42-yard line, which is a little bit far for any kicker. But you don't really think they're going to punt because they don't gain much by the punt. And here they come. They're going to line up, and they're going for it. And they haven't passed tonight, and they haven't run to this side.
All right, there's a counter. They're close to the first down. Tigers really struggling in there as Barry gets up.
They give it to him.
He made the stop, but it's just enough for the first. So the ball's been moved to the 39-yard line. And that's a bad break for the Tigers, as they really made a good stand there, but just wasn't quite enough. First down. Up the gut, looked like a trap, breaks to the outside, coming up to Phil. Very nice tackle there. That was Brenneman who came up and made the tough play. That was a flag,
and there are
Dennis.
a couple of flags there, and it looks like we'll probably get an illegal block now, a crackback block against Yucaipa, because the guy came up trying to assist in the run, hit somebody in the back.
Well, they said hold on that play.
Well, it's not really a hold anymore. They don't use the clipping sign anymore, and it's called, they hold up the hand and grab it, and it's called an illegal block. It's a crackback block, and that's the sign for it.
So no more crackbacks from the blind side kind of a block.
Oh, no, you can't block the guy from the back, but that's what they're calling it now. See, with the open hand, if you're watching the screen, when the official gives you the open hand and holds it, that's the illegal block. When he grabs the closed wrist, that's holding.
I see. Now, they've moved it back to the 40-yard line. The progress was up close to the 30. So is that a 10-yard?
Well, the coach is over there talking about it now.
So the Yucaipa coach.
It's 10 yards. I'm sorry, Pat. It's 10 yards from the point of the infraction. So it'll be 1st and 11. You got a spot?
So we have a timeout on the field. Let's see. Maybe we should talk about Sincere Sewing and Vacuum. Eureka Your Choice sale. A Eureka upright or lightweight portable canister vacuum for only $69. Save 30%. Stop in and see Howard or Gene Willingham at Sincere Sewing and Vacuum in the Park Plaza on Riverside Drive in Lake Elsinore. That's Sincere Sewing and Vacuum, 674-1808. All righty, you're watching Tiger football here, King Video Cable. We have 4 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Tigers taking on 4th-ranked Yucaipa in what can only be characterized as a pivotal match for both teams.
And there is no score.
All right, number 12, their little running back breaks it. He's being pursued, finally caught by 24, who's Harold Beasley. Just barely stopped him over there. Brown over there to assist. Dennis, what's happening? It looks like the line is standing their man up, moving him back. But this little number 12 is running all over the place.
Well, it's to the outside. It looks like the defensive end is getting caught out there, and the covering men, the corner men, are not coming up. Because he just scooted to the outside and kept on going.
Benji Uribe is his name, and that name sounds familiar from last year. Okay, they've moved it up inside the 20 to actually down about to the 12-yard line. So it's 1st and 10, and he gets nailed. There's a fumble, and I think Elsinore's recovered. Indeed, Joe Brown gets up with it.